That's the name is slipping me, and it was a critically acclaimed movie,
Mhm.
but I the amount of people who I ask if they seen it, they haven't seen it, and that's you know what I'm talking about with it. You'll probably remember the name of the movie because it was subtitles and is about the black photographer when he was a kid. And there was a whole bunch of kids and
City of God.
City of God.
Hey, I can win Pictionary.
City of God. Yeah, you definitely you're on my Pictionary team for sure. I give you the clue, you knock it out.
All right.
The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
What's up, y'all? Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. We'll start the show. Like, comment, subscribe. All the above. All streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons podcast.
You know the deal.
And you can see these lovely faces on YouTube as well as the website and Spotify and stuff. So, start the show.
Sure.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, brother. How you feeling today?
I'm good. This shout out to Trudeau and this tax-free holiday.
I did some grocery shopping yesterday and I looked at the bill and I seen an amount and right underneath it, the same amount.
Duke boss. I went out specifically just to have food.
Yeah.
Just to see. And like, I want to say, I looked at my total at the same place, similar kind of setup.
Yeah.
My bill would probably be about like $70.
Okay.
I looked at it and stuff, whatever, with this thing, me including tip,
right,
brought it to like $54. I was like, cutting.
Now I know food like what. So okay, so where does it start and where does it end? Because I know food is on the list.
Where does it start and where does it end?
So is it food? Is it like certain products? Because I know it's not everything.
Hold on. Let me Googleize this thing.
Yeah. Googleize it real quick. Because I know it's not
tax-free Canada.
But I'm trying to get in on what it is on. So I need to know.
This is from the government of Canada's website.
All right.
So the type of things that qualify for the GST, HST break: food, beverages, restaurants, catering, and other food, drink establishments, children's clothing and footwear, children's diapers, children's car seats, children's toys, jigsaw puzzle for all ages.
Okay.
Video games, controllers, and physical video games. So the VR shit and everything included.
Yeah. It's a good time to buy.
It's a good time to buy. Physical books, printed newspapers.
Okay.
Christmas and similar decorative trees. So if you want to buy a Christmas tree, most people probably buy the Christmas trees and stuff in like the November time.
Probably, yeah.
So they're probably kind of left behind and stuff for that.
Yeah.
But I want to say, if you feel like you need the extra pizzazz and hurrah, buy them damn ornaments right now.
Right now, yeah.
Before Canada goes to shit next Christmas. So until then, let's just see where this goes.
Let's ride the wave.
Let's just see where this goes.
Ride the wave.
And it goes from December 14th, which was yesterday here. Today's December 15th until February. Say if any case, just say Valentine's Day. Because they said February 15th at 12:01 a.m. Just say Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, get your last minute swipe on.
Chocolate is food. Chocolate is food.
Chocolate is food.
Chocolate is food.
Like I said, this is a good day. It's a good day for it to be obese in Canada.
Man, I was hoping, some adult clothes would have been free for some taxes.
I thought so too.
I would have been in on.
I thought so too. I think if you probably wear small ass feet,
you'll get away with it.
Yeah, you'll get
away with it.
Cha-cha slide through because my children's footwear. I'm like,
yeah,
damn it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the tiny feet men out there. Someone gotta live.
Somebody gotta live.
If your woman got bigger feet than you, that's
not law.
That's not law.
That's not law.
That's not common. I see some things and stuff. Whatever. Let me ask you this. Let's say you were single now. What's your confidence that you've acquired and build and stuff, whatever, throughout the time, like understand people are people and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
You as a shorter man, could you see yourself like if a tall woman accepted you, would you date a taller woman?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, do you think like in the commonality of tall women, they won't date short men though?
No.
Like, so where are we seeing this bridging the gaps? Because I'm now seeing the short kings and stuff kind of conquering some of these Amazonian type women now. Like, is it sense that I'm not gonna find what I'm looking for? Is it more of I'm open-minded now, realizing that like, you know, like love can come in any space, shape, or form or size?
I think it's a mixture of two. I probably would lean towards the second.
So
But a mixture of the two, you know what I mean? 'Cause I'm pretty sure they've been looking for the tall kings first.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right? And then I think it just came to like some realization and some real shit.
Yeah.
What about big girls? Like I look at this stuff as like the BBW types and stuff, whatever. I feel like they don't get claimed that much in the forefront. Like you won't fall short. Some guys slap, you know.
Yeah. No. They're getting
clapping
it.
them.
They're getting it.
The big
There's no
girls
doubt
out
about
here getting it.
they're
But
getting it.
I'm saying like the claiming.
The claiming part, I get.
The claiming you don't see that happening
you don't
like
see it
that,
as
whatever,
much.
right? Yeah, I don't see this stuff, whatever. I'm looking like, would you rather like, you know, claim BBW that's your height or a Amazonian that might be like over a foot and change over you?
See, if the BBW is really cute in the face, like, you know what I mean, and she puts herself together like, well, I don't mind claiming her. I don't mind claiming her.
Yeah, I would like, no shade to the tall women and stuff, but I just look at it stuff as where I don't want to say it seem like they're animals, but I'm like, no one's an animal. It's like I don't know if I can like, you know, kind of handle that.
Right.
If let's say, for example, like some shit was to go down. Like what I mean by it, like say a medical emergency took place.
Right.
Whatever, like, are you gonna carry the BBW to the car? Are you gonna drag the tall woman to the car? Like
those are two problems a short king will have. Those are two problems a short king will have.
All right, so the paramedics are always on standby.
Always on standby.
We'll just leave that at there.
But I used to love, yo, God bless his soul, may and rest in peace. Uncle Bunny used to say, yo, when you lay down, you're the same height.
For the most part. Yeah. But
if she got long legs, you're okay. You know what I mean? If she's like long from here, you know what I mean, you're trying to get busy and kiss at the same time, it may not work.
I remember I said something to a taller, older Jamaican woman, whatever. She's like, oh, shot man of your confidence. Shot man tear up sheets. Yeah. And I was like, what does that mean? And then I thought about it. So she's like, yeah, like, you know, they kind of dig their way into the damn bed sheets to try to get a upstroke into the vagina. And I was like,
right.
This is hilarious shit.
Yeah,
and I was like,
but you picture it and you're like,
I was like, I can
sense.
see why sheets would get tore up. I was like,
what's the other one? What's small axe chop down big tree?
That's why I never would have thought a tall woman would have a problem because there's always been smaller axes.
There's always been smaller axes.
Locking it down. So, except for those big ass redwoods and sequoia trees, they built different.
Those are built different.
They're built different, man. All right, man. Let's get to the polls. Let's talk about the first poll of the week.
All right.
First poll of the week says is support the new friendship. What do you got?
Yeah, I want to say yeah.
Yes. 57% said yes. Tell me why would you think some people would say it, whatever? Because I kind of have an idea where you're coming from on why you chose yes. Because it would be similar to mine, but tell me why you think most people would say that.
Well, I would say, and if there's any experience that's similar to mine, I would say, you know, just from social media and, you know, people are, you know, basically following me because they like either the content or what they see. They gel with either one of the two. And then You know, a lot of times I'll go and see who's following me. Like, I like to know who follows me. And sometimes when I go and I check out their page, some of the things are not too far off from what I like, you know? So we kind of have a similar vibe. So, you know, I follow them back, you know, and throughout the courses, we'll just be liking each other's stuff. And then, you know, that's a form of support.
I looked at it as stuff as where then I looked at it from a different type of angle. So I looked at it as stuff as where you could have, I guess, the kind of friendship that probably transcends before you were doing whatever the hell.
Right.
So let's say if you were in a cupcake baking business and stuff, and you found that this is your new passion.
Yeah.
You probably start off his life as, would say, a nurse.
Okay.
So to speak.
Yeah.
And you realize and stuff like, you know, certain things stuff in your world has changed and now you want to start a new career, profession and everything like that, whatever. And you had people in your life prior, like before you became a nurse, was rocking with you for this. And now you're in the entrepreneurial business where I want to say you sell proprietary goods, but I want to say you have a brand.
Yeah.
Right. And you're running a business and stuff like that, right? Those previous people and stuff before, they were a regular friendship.
Right.
The people that kind of transcribe over me like, oh my gosh, now you're trying to do something new with your life. And yeah, we support you.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of friendship.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like this will hold more weight than the previous stuff, whatever, because it's kind of like the previous people might not fuck with your new adventure because it might be like, why you left the you were making change, or why is it risky now?
I was about to say the jealousy. Because that's people don't even look at that part, but some people are jealous that they don't have the
ability,
not the ability, but the guts to say they're gonna switch over and do something different. Here you come, because they might be thinking they want to do something, but all these things in their mind is saying why they can't do it. Here you come now and say, I'm gonna do it, and I did it. And they're looking at you, well, why are you so special? I know you got these bills. I know you got this thing. How come you just, decide to just up and do it, and now you're doing it? And be jealous of that.
Yeah. I never looked at it like that, but you're absolutely right. That takes place and stuff, whatever, too, right? Because I've heard a story from a relative where I guess one of her former homegirls always was close by, like in close proximity and stuff and everything like that. And when she went back to school to do other things and stuff and get, add some things to her name and put some respect on her name.
Yeah.
The friend would be like, oh, you're blessed because you have people that always will support you. Your family, your mother and father will always support you whenever you go through some things and everything like that, whatever. Like, oh, we're not like that. But then, so she said, like, she told Girlie at the time, like, yo, you only go to your parents because you want shit.
Right.
I show up and stuff, whatever. If they want me to even do this, take them here or do that and this, that, and the third and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
We have a different kind of relationship. My parents and I, and you and your parents and stuff, right?
I support my parents regardless. You support them when you need something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here lies a problem.
That is.
So now when it came to, like, again, adding some things and stuff to put some more respect on that person's name and stuff like that, whatever, jealousy, it brewed over.
Yeah.
Like it would brood over from like some quiet grumbling to like, fuck Jay-Z. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
But yeah.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, it's a different kind of world. So that's what I'm looking
especially especially if it's a friend that like you really thought would be in your corner.
I mean, but would you call yourself being in a friendship with somebody who you didn't think that would backstab you? Right?
Yeah.
Like I look at it as you wouldn't call that a friendship if you have a thought. It's like,
that right.
One day this person might stab me in my back.
Right.
We're gonna call them an acquaintance, or we're gonna be social and coy with them till we get what we want, till we stop fucking with them.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the jealousy thing is a serious trait that most people need to conquer. So, all right. On to the next poll.
On to the next. On to the next. On to the next.
Who is, wow, you can't wait. You go first then. All right. Who is more likely to be freed first? And your options were Robert Sylvester Kelly or Sean John Combs, aka No Diddy, No Doubt. This was an interesting poll to me.
You know what? I'm gonna say Diddy.
Diddy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This was an interesting poll.
I'm gonna say Diddy.
This was an interesting poll and stuff, whatever, right? So I had the debate with some people.
Right.
And they were saying like, nah. And I said, okay. 64% for the poll's purpose was R. Kelly was more likely to be freed first before Diddy. This is why I would say R. Kelly.
Right.
R. Kelly wasn't indicted on the 14-year-old urination case.
Okay.
The sex cult stuff, I want to say, kind of had him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too many people involved.
Right.
And he's already been incarcerated and stuff, whatever. So I think eventually the time served thing will kind of add up for something.
Yeah.
Sean John, he has not had trial yet.
Right.
And these things keep adding up and stuff, whatever. Because like even today, December 15th, they said 3 new accusers has now went forward and everything like, and the trial set in May. So I look at it stuff as like the time served. Hopefully that will play a part and stuff, whatever. But I'm looking like, yo, they're trying to do something.
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as where Kells is probably just like, just riding shit out now, looking like, and y'all thought I was the villain. And he's like, what he say on the Gale video? Open your eyes, people. So Kells is look like he's more likely to get the things of freedom. Go ahead.
The reason why I say Diddy, is because, and it's just like you're saying, like every other day a new accuser is coming out, and I think it's bad business, man. I think it's gonna be a point where, unlike the stuff that we already know, that there's like hardcore evidence for like the Cassie, and if the DEA has hardcore evidence for like whatever can hold them on the RICO stuff, I think those ones will stick. Everything else, I think people are too tainted for even to hold up in trial. I think if you got a good enough lawyer, this whole period leading up to it, you're gonna say, how can you find somebody who's not biased?
So that would be your win to kind of get.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff, a lot of it will get thrown out. Like I said, besides what the DEA already has.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Because
and you're not. No, you're right.
Yeah, besides what the DEA already has, because they're not going to throw those charges. They're not frivolous charges. They have some sort of proof to tie them into whatever they're tying them into. Right. Everything else that we hear, those are just civil suits.
Now, kind of dawned on me and stuff earlier this week when I saw and I heard it was I think it was Boozy talking to Vlad, right? Did you know that if you were to pay for a woman to come fly out to come see you and you do the ones and twos, in certain places that's considered human trafficking?
Yeah, because you're crossing state lines.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because as soon as you cross a state line, you're in a different jurisdiction, right?
But she came on her own consent. Like I bought the manifest, like I bought the ticket.
Yeah.
I bought the ticket and stuff like that. She agreed.
Right.
She printed off everything from her side.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sure there was no gunman there. Like you need to print off that manifest and take your ass to the airport.
No, but think about it, right? So it's either gonna go two ways, because if she now decides to say, "Well, I was coerced some way, somehow," then it's a problem.
So the whole fly out thing, like that's
a lot of people's could be possible in problems.
Wow. So I was like, I wanted to run it by you. I'm like, we're not lawyers and we're not law people.
No.
For the most part of information and stuff, it never dawned on me.
Yeah.
It never dawned on me and stuff. And I was like, yo, there's a lot more people going out for human trafficking charges. But then
this is
I
what
guess
I'm saying.
the verbiage of it, like let's say layering like into like the law,
Right.
like you're under the main umbrella of human trafficking,
Right.
but you didn't really traffic anything.
No, and see, and that's where the fight begins with the lawyers, right? Because now you gotta now, as your lawyer, your defense lawyer, you gotta prove that these people know they came on their own free will, right? So
Right.
it's not human trafficking. The lawyer on the other side is saying, no, they were coerced in doing it, so it is trafficking.
To the affluential men out there, if you are single, stay the fuck single. Spend your money on whatever
Yeah,
local
listen,
entertainment you can
local
find.
entertainment.
Keep it to that.
Local entertainment. Because
Now-
just think about it. You're right. Just think about it. From this whole flying women out thing has started, how many women have been flown out? And if they know there's a win in this, that they can get extra money on top of the fly out, whew,
Okay. Because I was about to say, like, oh man, I think all right. So I'll use this to kind of segue into the whole Jay-Z shit.
yeah.
Hey Poppy, I find, let me just say this. Spotify has Hey Poppy.
Right.
So when I was playing it, whatever, I was like, yeah, now I was trying to master some of the controls of like, no, Spotify does not have Hey Poppy. YouTube has
okay.
Hey Poppy. So YouTube has that whole song and video thing and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
The video came up. I just wanted just to hear the song.
Yeah, yeah.
But I seen it like, oh shit, let me just click it up. I'm looking like, oh shit. The whole video, like most of the video is like on the airplane with mad chicks. Human trafficking.
Mad chicks.
So I'm looking
Big
like
Pimpin'. Where did they film? Where did they do the film the
Both.
video for Big Pimpin'?
I think Trinidad, because I feel like that was the Trinidadian thing and stuff,
okay.
whatever.
Okay.
So that thing, like they probably just had local entertainment. Hopefully, if you recognize a video,
video vixen.
Yeah, if you recognize a video of vixen and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
That was I want to say that she might be seen in other music videos in America,
Right.
and not in the Trinidad side. Then she might have been trafficked. But no, that should be work. You get paid for a service.
Yeah, that should be work. That should fall underneath the category of work.
Other affluential men, if you are married, stay the fuck married.
It's not a game out here.
A mistake can cost you.
It's not a game out here.
Can cost you. Yo, just say like, you know what? You go single if you want to do it. If you want to do anything,
yeah,
go single, and then you're taking the chance.
Just think about all the women who were flown out, right? Didn't want to give up the ass after they were flown out. And dudes was like, we'll get the fuck on out of here now. Find your own way home.
Future. Like, I think it was like some model chick or something like that. Like, this is before he got the title of like Toxic King.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the conversation and stuff made it to like, I think like social media and everything and stuff, whatever. He's like, yo, like God be with you. Like God bless. Like, all right. You're not trying to run nothing and stuff, whatever. Yo, God bless. And he left it alone.
That's trafficking.
And she had to find her way back home.
That's trafficking. She didn't give up the ass and you sent her home. You brought her there for one thing. That's trafficking.
I brought her to play checkers. Like
you didn't ask her to play checkers when she got there.
Fake little lying, a real nigga. That's some shit you don't do. I'll fuck up your commas.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna.
All right. So let's just dance. Let's just dive right into the Jay thing. Do you believe Jay-Z's innocent?
I think he's innocent.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's innocent.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Now tell me, what were your thoughts when this accusation came out pertaining to Jay-Z being the next celebrity male in I'm gonna say added to the Diddy stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's a situation where and not just for Jay, but any celebrity that has either frequented a party or even been to one party, right? I think
One party, what do you mean?
Like even if you like you've never been to any parties before,
Like
and
Diddy or no Diddy?
no, a Diddy party.
Okay, what if it wasn't Diddy's party? What if like you went to Martha Stewart's party and then Diddy just showed up there?
Nah, I think at this point, like right at this point, Diddy has to be the tie-in. Because there's so much shit that's on Diddy, right? That if you can even throw another name in the mix, all that shit that's on Diddy can easily be slid over and transfer onto another celebrity, right? Because if you're at that party, chances are you may have known about what was happening. Chances are you may have participated in what was happening. Even if you didn't know, and even if you didn't participate, the optics will look like and say otherwise.
Like LeBron, like Diddy party, wow. The optics seem like he partakes.
Exactly, right? That's what I'm saying, right? So if it's anybody of that caliber where somebody is looking at and say, it's not a burden of proof, I just got to throw the allegation out there. And it's a 50-50% chance. I think it's what, 51%? It has to be what they say for the burden of proof in a civil suit for it to be winnable, as opposed to, a criminal suit where it has to be like a unanimous thing. People are saying, I'll roll the dice.
But why come in like, okay, my thing and stuff is that, okay, do you agree with Jay-Z's approach? Like with his approach when he clapped back with his statement to say it about the lawyer and how he felt and stuff like that. Do you agree with his approach?
I would have just kept quiet. Just like how everybody was looking for him to speak during this whole thing was going on with Puffy. I would have probably just kept quiet because, the saying is, a hit dog hollers, right?
Right. But then another saying and stuff is like, it's not innocent to proven guilty. It's guilty to proven innocent.
Right.
And if you feel like you're innocent and stuff, whatever, why wouldn't you scream for your innocence?
But we seen Puffy scream for his innocence.
What part?
But with the whole Cassie thing,
when everything popped off,
he denied that to the
and I
was
for Diddy and stuff, whatever. But I'm looking like, yeah, I'm for you proving your innocence and stuff, whatever, and everything like. But then the tape is unanimous.
Yeah, the tape is unanimous.
The tape is unanimous. So like, if we have like evidence and stuff that like the public is privy to,
right,
pertaining to this Jay-Z Diddy thing and stuff, whatever,
right,
then yeah, he's guilty and he should be put down and stuff. If I look at it, stuff is like, if I know I ain't do shit,
yeah,
why the fuck wouldn't I say I ain't do shit and stuff for that? And look like, nah, you motherfuckers pointing at the wrong person.
Right.
So that's why I took Jay-Z approach, and I looked at it as I was for his take on it, whatever. Cause I'm looking at him like, I ain't do shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like I ain't do shit. I got enough to protect. And then in his whole statement, when he was saying like about his daughter, I think that's the part I felt it more.
That I would, and that I see with.
He's like, yeah, because now I have to sit down my daughter, I have to sit down my kids, and I have a daughter who's of age.
Right.
I have to explain these allegations and shit, because it's like, yo, daddy, you're sleeping with girls that's my age and some shit like that, whatever. That's a different kind of thing. You have to claim your innocence.
And the funny thing is, like when I read that part,
yeah,
I was like, well, how come nobody has a problem with Jay-Z defending his name, but they mad at Drake filing a lawsuit against him being called a pedophile? Don't he got kids?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, he's got business ventures just like Jay-Z.
But then my thing is, I don't flinch when it came to the Drake thing because no one has brought Aubrey Graham to the court.
Right.
They're bringing Sean John Combs to court. They're bringing Sean Corey Carter to court.
Right.
They're not bringing Drake to court.
Yeah, but again, public opinion, right? And I go back to what I said last week with the whole Disney thing. If I'm Disney and I got millions of dollars on the line working with you, and there's, accusations that you're a pedophile out there, I'm looking at shit that's gonna cut into my money. Maybe I don't go ahead and spend the extra money to promote the stuff, right? Maybe you got to do something to put more of this, that I have faith in you now to say, okay, I can go ahead and do this. So you're looking at one situation where it's somebody who's defending his his not only his name, his honor, but protecting it, protecting himself against a potential lawsuit, right? To somebody who's looking at it as I'm protecting my interest, my money,
Yeah, my
right?
brand and
my
everything.
my brand and everything. So I like I can see it. Well, I can see it both ways. With the J, I don't mind him speaking out about it. Like I have no problems with it. I'm just saying, I would have just, I would have just kept quiet. I would have just let Cha come and do its thing.
No, I like, and this is the other part of stuff. I like what I liked about this Jay-Z thing, right? Because I think this is my black person type of theory. I feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce have sit on the throne as like, known king and queens of black community.
Right.
Right? My problem.
You mean it's not Will and Jada?
No. Will said ain't no hands like a man's hands and stuff, whatever. Massage him in front of Jada. And Jada, she deals with entanglements. So they lost a lot of credibility and stuff, whatever, within the community.
Something with our black couples, man. I mean, but anyway, go ahead.
I feel like when it comes to like Jay and Beyonce and stuff, whatever, I think being top for black people wasn't good enough. And I feel like this is where the problem lies. Because when now you're trying to make Beyonce like the country head figure and everything like this, whatever.
Right.
I feel like this is part of the tie-in to it, whatever. Be like, yo, these niggas don't know how to humble the fuck out of themselves.
Right.
Like keep it a buck.
Yeah.
And now we're looking like, well, okay, we just have to trigger off one thing or one bullshit thing to let you motherfuckers know you need to humble yourselves and stuff. Whatever. Like, yo, we giving you a lane. We've given you a kingdom to play in.
Right.
Own your shit.
Right.
Whatever, right? Because I feel like it's the same thing with Cosby, with Bill Cosby and stuff, whatever, and the whole Little Rascals thing and stuff, and certain things and the NBCs and the movements and stuff. They're like, we're gonna come for you.
Know
you
your
need to
place. Know your place.
You need to humble your shit.
Yeah.
Right? So now, when it comes to this J shit, whatever, I'm looking at stuff as like, NFL is a family show.
Yeah.
Anything that might look like it's going against the family show grain, they will sever the fuck ties.
Right.
The fact that whatever his offices got this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Civil.
Yeah.
Not criminal.
Right. Yeah.
The fact that they got the civil thing, yo, declare that shit so none of your money is fucking touched.
Well, again, and that's what I'm saying. Again, if I'm looking at my business interests.
Yeah, because you're going to get cut from like so many type of places and sponsors going to pull back from you, whatever. And I look at it's the same thing with Bieber. When Bieber had his run and stuff, he's like, yo, this is defamation, dog. I'm going to sue back. I'm going to clap back. But Jane Doe, before you start, be Jane Doe. Nah, dog. You want to call me out and fuck up my shit, what I got going on over here?
Right.
Come forward.
Right.
Don't hide behind this Jane Doe shit.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I think I was watching some legal show and they were saying, even if she does not come forward with her name, his legal team should at least know who she is so they can start the investigation and do whatever they need to do. Because what they were saying is...
But this is part of the other black shit what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Because the thing is stuff, and so I'll bring this theory up. This is just my theory,
Right.
right? I do not believe Jay-Z was involved of Cameron getting shot the time when he was in his Lamborghini, he got shot when he was at odds with Jay-Z.
Right.
But I do believe in stuff, whatever. You have same way you have Beyonce fanatics, you have Jay-Z fanatics out here.
Oh, yeah.
That have been like, yo, that's Cameron right there. He don't fuck with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And every time, he want to fuck with The Rock and everything, bomb. Because when Cam got shot, he said the guys put up The Rock sign.
Right.
So I look at this stuff as like, with the Tony Busby lawyer dude.
Yeah.
He's like, people are coming after his family and everything like that. I don't think Jay-Z is intentionally sending people over there.
Nah, I don't think so either.
But the fanatics are looking like, you're fucking with our hero?
Right.
So we gonna do whatever it takes to stop you.
Well, the same thing with the comedian Andrew Schultz. He said the same thing. He's like, yo, he's been getting threats. And he goes, and I know it's not Kendrick sending these people.
That's
I know
the
that.
black shit.
I know it's not Kendrick sending these people. I just know it's like a fanatic, again, just like you're saying, is taking it way too serious than it needs to be taken.
Right. So I feel like that legal team of Jay-Z and stuff, even if they like, hopefully they do get privy to stuff of who's coming after him or not.
Yeah.
They still at least know the lawyer's name in question.
Right.
So the lawyer and his family and that world and stuff of his, they're not gonna get peace because he even clapped back and said that like former employees that he had and everything are being questioned, be interviewed and everything like that. I'm not saying Jay's money ain't that deep because he's a billionaire,
Right?
But I look at it stuff as where, again, the fanatics and stuff, they'll do a lot of shit for free that you don't have to pay for.
And that's why I say on the show they were saying at least his legal team should know because of that. Because if you put Jane Doe's real name out there,
it's a wrap.
You got to worry about
It's
the
a
fanatics.
wrap.
You got to
Yeah.
worry about the fanatics.
It's a wrap, right? So it's just the whole thing's a shit show.
Yeah.
For real. I had, because people know I'm a Jay fan and everything like that, whatever. I had a friend even text me when he's like, yo, you good over there?
These are your heroes.
Yo, the man, it was a wild one, whatever. Where was it? Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Look at this shit. Friday, 8 p.m. This is one of them. Jay-Z, rape accuser comes forward, NBC News. Yo, you see?
They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to hit
you. Yeah, they couldn't wait.
They couldn't wait.
Yo, I was like, yeah. And then to all of y'all, yo, bootleggers bombing, Bin Laden still cracking. I would not lose. I simply refuse. Only real Jay-Z fans know that verse. Back the fuck up on me. Let's continue with the damn show. Because they were like, wow, your boy, he came in. I like the approach.
Right.
Because like I said, some things you need to kind of like, it's not even get ahead of, but protect your shit.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like we know, like I said, that it's guilty until proven innocent. And then even if that, whatever, again, through the courts, R. Kelly was not convicted. You saw the P tape. I saw the P tape.
Yeah.
We know what the fuck Robert Sylvester Kelly looks like.
Yeah.
And if the public, we're part of the public and we weren't part of the court or the trial and everything like that, whatever, the public is allowed to feel the way they feel.
Of course.
Compared to like how like the courts viewed him.
Yeah.
I just look at stuff as like, these things is very, very, very crucial to people, not even family men, but to a family. And to the people attached to the individuals and stuff like by blood, from like even like Diddy and his kids and stuff like that. Again, his kids have nothing to do with it as much as even to the youngest ones and stuff. But the younger ones are like maybe like less than 5 digits. They're less than 5, right?
Right.
Less than 5 years old and stuff, whatever. Like, could you imagine now, like people harassing those poor little kids? They're like, yo, they're not privy to none of this. Like their father's off probably doing whatever.
Yeah.
Not with their mother, but because they're related to Sean John Combs.
That's it. And that's what I said. Like anybody tied to that person right now, they're liable to either, be harassed or charged.
Like I feel like I didn't know Blue Ivy was part of the Mufasa movie.
I didn't know that either.
Until
her and Beyonce.
Yeah, until time and stuff, whatever, right? And then when I realized and stuff, I was like, ooh. It's like that girl, she's not gonna probably get the, let's say, the just desserts. She was dude.
Yeah.
She was dude. I want to say yes. The nepotism has gotten her to a spot to say, like, my mom, because of my mom and my dad, I'm here to play this role as Kiara.
Right.
Kiara, Simba's daughter.
Right.
Right? And the whole Mufasa flick. But I'm like, yeah, now your real daddy, and, he's being tarnished or his name's being dragged through.
Yeah.
And they might even use that not to fuck with you and stuff, whatever. Because, like, people take shit far, the fanatics and stuff, whatever, right? Hell, I saw a video last week and stuff, whatever, about some guy not tipping the Uber driver. The Uber driver and stuff, I must have stepped in some dog shit, wiped it on his damn front porch and his door and everything like that. And then took a marker and wrote on the man's wall and stuff. He's like, you broke people that don't tip.
Wow.
And I look at him like, Uber, we know who you are. Like, you've gone too far.
Yeah, you've gone too far.
But
your picture's on the app.
The fanatic has gone too far.
Yeah.
Right? I look at it stuff as where dollars is concerned. I feel like Beyonce should separate from Jay if it gets any worse. Because the Beyonce brand in itself is the way it has attached to the Jay-Z brand.
Yeah.
And everything. If they stick together, I feel like if it's real enough, they'll have a conversation behind closed doors.
Right.
And be like, yo, if I was Jay, I'd be like, yo, sink me, baby. Just put all the dirt on me. If it comes down to it.
If it comes down to it.
Because if I have to protect my name to you and to our children.
Yeah.
Sink me, let the public and stuff, whatever, know for a fact that our kids are still going to eat.
You know what's so funny about that? A lot of people are saying Hillary Clinton, she lost because she didn't sink Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's some validity to what you're saying.
Yeah, because I mean, but even I'm saying, I remember I said about the Kamala thing, right? Like now that when she was trying to run,
right?
If she sunk Joe and had a conversation behind closed doors, like, Joe, we need to get this dub for the Democrats.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
We might have to pull some tactics out.
Right.
Whatever, right? Hopefully you're coherent to know for a fact that I love you.
Yeah, yeah. But
I appreciate
it is what it is.
I got to do, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
nothing personal. It's just,
For now.
For now.
For now. And like, if any case, let's say this. If I had to do a bid for you, and you're like, yo, Marv, you gotta get synced.
Right.
But know for a fact that you might do like 3-4 years in whatever place. Your commissary is stacked and when you're coming out to M's.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And this is my apology to you behind closed doors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, in the public eye, we have to separate and I have to let you eat this, whatever.
Yeah.
I can live with that. That's why I thought the Shine shit was. I thought the Shine and Diddy thing was something like that.
Like that, yeah.
But then when I realized that, like, yo, Diddy is just not that kind of individual and stuff, whatever.
Right.
This makes you feel a type of way. Be like, yo, am I going to take the sinking and then, like, later now when shit gets back together, are you going to now, like, all right.
Yeah, because when Shine said when he came out and he went to Diddy, Diddy just gave him like 10K.
but, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But, Shine, you still did the whole BET award shit after that.
Yeah, you
so
did.
The fact you thought that the couple thousand stuff, whatever, was chump change and as a piss off to you,
right?
You still got your ass up and went, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that a Shine clone?
Well, no. Well, what he was saying is that he did it with the agreement that it would be less about him and his performance would be more about beliefs.
Then you don't gripe about the money and stuff for that. You got disrespected with whatever little change.
Yeah.
You don't gripe about it.
Because
your goal is beliefs.
Yeah. And they did do it up big for his performance.
Yeah, I seen the flag and everything. Yeah.
But so you got what you wanted out of that.
But you don't gripe about the I think like 50, was it 50K, 30 or 50K, 10, 30 or 50K?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I'm looking like, you don't gripe about that after you guys did this whole beliefs thing.
Yeah.
You shut the fuck up about it, whatever, right? But then you still felt slighted. So that's why you want to mention it after. And we're looking like, buddy. And you know I don't pick up a Diddy. Yeah. I'm looking like, but buddy.
Yeah.
We had a deal.
No, the deal was in place.
Yeah, like brands and brand names and stuff, whatever, are big out here. And I just looked at it stuff as where, for me, I would take the L for my family. If need be. To know for a fact that, like, worst case scenario, my kids can still eat.
Yeah.
And again, behind closed doors and stuff, whatever, I have nothing to prove to the world, but everything to prove to my family.
Yeah.
To let them know, like, yo, you know what the fucking deal is. I am not no rapist to no 13-year-old and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, if they're going to stop my money, at least don't let it stop your mom's money so you can still live this life. And then know for a fact he can just drop that line. Hove did that. So hopefully you won't have to go through that. Fuck all y'all.
But I mean, already they're finding inconsistencies in her statement.
Yeah, she tried to drag in Good Charlotte in there, Benji Madden and stuff. They're saying like, oh, she met them at the MTV. But they're like, we're on tour.
We're on tour, yeah.
You liar?
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, again, that's why I look at it stuff as where it's good that he said that piece. And then Bugsby, like, I don't feel like it's lawyers are used to this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because what's your word? You always use the S word about lawyers, the law thing. Like, Salivation? Salacious.
Salacious.
This feels like some salacious kind of moves any damn way.
Yeah.
So I don't follow it, and I don't really care about it to that point until, like I said, when it moves from civil to go to criminal,
then it's a different dance.
then we can talk.
Then it's a different dance.
But you came in with the civil, so that means you came in for the bread.
Yeah.
Then like you wanted a settlement, so we didn't have to mention you. He's like, no, don't come for the bread. I got money to fight y'all.
Well, I mean, but the other thing to that is what I was saying to a girlfriend of mine when we were talking, and she was like, "Well, why not a criminal case?" And then I was saying to her, I said, "Well, keep it a buck. The criminal case, it might be past the statute of limitations for that.
For New York, because New York shit was over.
It might be past it, yeah.
October 2023.
Yeah.
No, November 2023.
So I think even if it was a minor, as you still have that time extension from that person reaches an adult. But even with that being said, it's still past that time that person turned adult. It's still past the statute of limitations. So you can't now say you're going to put a criminal suit to it, right? And even if you could put a criminal suit to it, how the DA works is that they have to make sure the evidence, again, is undeniable. So before they even consider to charging you, it has to be an ironclad, bulletproof case. Whereas the civil suit, you only need 51%.
That's hurtful.
It sure is. Because like, she could be lying and the person believes that 51%.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Let's talk about Schultz. All right. You know what? Let's. Okay. So Andrew Schultz is one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
And podcasters.
These are your heroes.
Yeah, these are my heroes and stuff like that. Whatever. Watch your mouth, bitch. Don't let them come for you.
Please.
Yo, watch your mouth. Like, yo, slow your roll real quick. Okay, let's start with this. Are we okay with making racial jokes about another race? And I say that to say Andrew Schultz, and I'm not picking up for him and everything like that. He's a comedian,
right?
And he's one of those, I guess like those outlandish comedians that can say whatever they say and stuff like that, whatever, and it shouldn't be a shock value,
right?
Shock value comedians and stuff, right?
Right.
I believe that Andrew Schultz is not too privy too much on our culture.
Yeah.
I feel like he's still sorry to say it, like Caucasian living.
Yeah.
He's not privy to our culture and stuff about certain amount of things and stuff for that. But I feel like people will hold him accord because of how Charlemagne is so top of our culture.
Yes.
And he partners with Charlemagne and stuff, whatever.
Right.
So he's guilty by association for our culture because of Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, not only because of Charlemagne, but also I would say, the host for the Shits and Giggles has a lot to do with it as well.
They need to eat some of this grunt and stuff, whatever, too, whatever, right? And I'm not even trying to come at them, but they need to, because the thing and stuff is that where if they spoke up better to defend Black women, I feel like it would have been a different kind of dance and argument.
Right.
But because they kept laughing with it, so it's kind of like you're egging on a comedian.
Yeah.
And you have to know that you're egging on the comedian.
And comedians don't stop when you egg them on.
Yeah, like if like they, what is it, the Tony, Hinchcliffe dude?
Yeah.
If he had more people laughing at that, Puerto Rico is a floating, that kind of comment and everything, right? He would have probably let in with that more.
Yeah, he would have went in.
He didn't have that much laughter, so he tried to switch gears and stuff, whatever, right? Schultz and stuff is catching both of their asses laughing, and he's going in and stuff, whatever. What I was seeing it like, at the beginning, it was more of a glow up, how the dudes, the Black and white dudes change when they date Black women. Right. Travis Kelce is that. Travis Kelce,
he's a good example.
One of the good examples.
He's a good example.
Because he looks so damn different Before he dated that black chick from the Bachelor shit.
Right.
Whatever, right? And I looked at it and I was like, boss, your brother still looks like a Hoboken, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you look like line up and everything is like certified, like the black glow up is real. I look at it stuff as where when he started saying about like the beard thing and women hitting and stuff for that, I mean, like, yo, one of them should have said, not all black women hit their men.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever,
yeah.
right?
Not all of them are aggressive.
And like, you at least say something to combat, like, you know, the jokes with little factual thing and stuff, whatever, right? Because I look at it stuff as like, yeah, their following is there for the comedy thing and stuff, whatever, right? But I look at it stuff as where you have to look at stuff as, let's say, for example, even if Drake was to come on this show, anything that Drake does is viral.
Yes.
So you have to look at stuff, if you're dealing with people and stuff of like a higher caliber than who you are and stuff, whatever, probability some shit about this might even go viral. From the introduction walking in, because we've seen Dana White walk out on a podcast.
Right.
Howie Mandel's podcast.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it stuff as like, you have to control it as the host of the podcast of how certain type of things is of a flow and go. I get it. You're going to let Schultz be in his bag, but I look at it stuff as like, if you're firm believer in all of these things, whatever, then yeah, you need to get sync.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it and stuff, well, why don't you stop it? Back to Schultz now, whatever. I do believe that, again, what he did and stuff as a shock value comedian, that's what they're supposed to do. No one is safe.
Yeah.
No holds barred and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah. And if anybody's familiar with, you know, Andrew Schultz and his comedy, you'll know that everybody gets it. Everybody gets it.
From the trans community and stuff, whatever, to like different countries, different races, you're getting it.
Everybody gets it.
Now, the reason why I said, are we okay with making jokes about other races? I've never heard any other comedian slide if they made jokes about the Jewish race. Tell me a comedian.
No, but I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing the Jewish race in general, right? Because
why? So
I would say people make jokes about the white race all the time, and they're not. Hold on. And they're not differentiating that. Like, I can make it a joke of that person and not know what the race is. They could be Jewish for all I know, right? And that joke will still fly. People make jokes about the black race. They don't make, you know, it's not all the time they specify which of the black race they're making jokes of. They're just making a blanket joke, right? So when somebody said that, when I first heard that, I was like...
So do you think this Schultz thing was a blanket joke? Because I don't feel like in other parts in the world, let's say in Africa, that many white men dating black women to get the glow up thing.
But I don't know. Like, I don't know, and he probably don't know. So to him, he's probably just making a blanket statement of a joke. For him,
but most of the jokes will come off blanket, and that's what I'm saying. I haven't heard a blanket joke about the Jewish community from another non-Jewish person.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at stuff as like, if that be the case, if we're making jokes about black women and just that aspect and stuff, whatever, why haven't we made any jokes about the Jewish folk and stuff like that, whatever? Because we know the Jewish folk will shut shit down.
Yeah, well.
But it's okay with the black people and stuff, whatever, because the black people ain't gonna shut shit down.
Well, I would have to, because I don't know of any. Again, I haven't heard of any.
That's fair.
And just to say that I haven't heard of any doesn't mean that it may have never taken place, right?
Correct.
So, but I'm just saying, if it's a blanket joke, or if he's just saying a race in particular, again, you're not gonna say, okay, which part of the race are you talking about, right? You're just making a joke, and you're just saying, okay, it's gonna be about all black people, it's gonna be all white people. I've heard him make jokes about Indian people. Well, which type of Indian people? There's different. Andrew.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Which type of Indian people are you talking about? Because there's many different. There's not just one single.
But
Indian
we're
culture,
not calling
right?
everybody Indian no more.
No, we're not.
But that's what I'm saying. He's calling India.
Right.
Because his boy Akash is Indian.
Right.
So he would be saying it towards Akash, Indian folk.
Right. But what type of Indian is Akash? I don't know. Like, he's Sri Lankan.
He's Indian.
He's
Sri Lanka is another country.
But so he's Indian from India.
Yeah.
Okay. So within India, it's just the Indian race. Like, I don't know. And again, a lot of viewers out there don't know. So when you're making a joke about an Indian, it could be anybody over on that side of that side of the continent that you would as a consumer.
But you just said a blanket thing. So it's like if you're
But that's
saying
what I'm
a
saying.
blanket,
That's what I'm saying.
like
What
if
I
you
mean by
don't, that's what I'm saying.
blanket.
If you don't know the individual different kind of races that live in India and stuff, but if the blanket thing is that you're not gonna think of, let's say, the population of black might be, let's say, 1,000 black people that live there.
Right.
When you're saying Indian, you're not putting them in the mix. You're making it as a blanket statement to the majority.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know I'm not knowing if he's singling out anybody.
He's not, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm just going with the fact that he's making a joke about Indian people.
Right.
Now, it could be for me, it could be any faction because I don't know. Again, when a comedian makes a joke
you wouldn't know. Like, come on, like don't play games now. Like you.
No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you the difference between Sri Lankans here, right, and the Indians.
Yeah, well, you just said that. You just said that because Sri Lanka is a whole nother country.
Yeah, but that's and this is what I'm saying. You would have to tell me I'm Sri Lankan.
You might have to do a little research on that because Sri Lankan folk will catch this and come for you.
Yeah, but I'm saying off the rip, if I'm looking at you, I cannot tell you that you're Sri Lankan.
Right, and this is
from you being
just like
Indian.
some black people, you can look at them and not know what's
exactly. I can't tell you if you're Jamaican from your Trinidadian, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. When I say if it's looking like a blanket joke, then you're looking at it. Okay, well then I don't know if he's talking about any particular group within that race specifically.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're saying black people, that's a blanket to anybody with melanin like us.
Yes.
That includes Jamaican people, Nigerian people, Trinidadian people, Ghanaian people and stuff, whatever. So if you're making a black joke like that, that's one thing.
Right.
If you're making a Jamaican joke, you're honing in on just those black
but if
people.
you're making a Jamaican joke, you're not gonna say black, you're gonna say Jamaican.
Right.
So now
and that's
I
what I'm
know
saying. And
right
that's what
away.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Schultz is saying to India, to Indians, because indigenous folk and Aboriginal folk are one type of people and another type of people. They're not considered the Indian no more, like how we're talking in current times. So that's what I'm saying. India is referring to people from India.
Okay, so where would Tamil people come from? Because Tamil's not a good. I don't know.
Tamil people are Sri Lankan.
They're Sri Lankan?
Sri Lankan descent and stuff, whatever.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Again,
you got to educate yourself. That's not on me.
But that's what I'm saying. Again, if I look at a person who's
you sound kind of racist. That's why I'm saying it like that. That's why.
But if I'm looking at somebody, look at it this way. If you're looking at somebody, right, you cannot tell their ethnicity.
Of course not.
Right. You can only tell that, okay, they're from a specific group.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm telling
what's
a
a specific group? If you're looking, like, give me an example now, because that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at an Asian person, you can say, like, let's say Pacific Asian.
Okay, East Indian. East Indian would cover all of those groups, right?
East Indian?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If I say East Indian, right, it would cover Sri Lanka, it would cover India, it would cover that part of that part of the territory.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Just like if I say West Indian, right, it would cover Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Bajans, right? So again, if I say East Indian, and let's say I just say, okay, I'm not even saying East Indian, I'm just saying Indian, right? I don't have enough word, and I'll admit it. I don't know. I have the enough word of all. Is that how you say it, or pronounce it somewhere similar to that? To say, okay, I can look at you and differentiate, right? So you might just fall into one category for me. It's just like white people. If I look at certain white people, you can tell their ethnicity, right? But if I'm
not
looking,
really,
not really.
Because I look at it up, you can be like, oh, you seem like you're French descent. I'm not. I'm actually German.
Right.
You don't know.
You don't know, but some certain ethnicities have certain traits. Let's put it that way, right?
Okay.
Again, though, if I'm just looking at you, I'm gonna see a white person first and foremost. For me to break it down, I'm gonna have to ask you, well, where are you from?
Poland.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me to break it down, I'm gonna have to ask you where you're from. So that's what I mean when it's like a comedian saying a specific joke. If they're saying a specific race, that race can cover many things. If they're gonna be more specific about it and say Jamaican, then I know definitely they're not talking about Trinidadian. They're not talking about Bajan. They're talking about Jamaican
people.
Yeah.
The people of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's my thing and stuff is, again, like, we can't exempt one group from it if we're gonna clap at all.
Right.
Right? Like, if you can't say, yeah, I'm here to clap at everybody getting these jokes, nobody is safe.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking like, okay, but yet and still we leave particular groups and stuff, whatever, untouched. Because like, even like when it came to like the Jewish community in the ADL, they're looking like, no, we're not for it, whatever. I'm looking like, but it's okay when somebody else claps jokes and stuff at black people and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, we have nobody say, no, we're not for it. We're shutting your shit down, because you have people like Kramer saying nigger.
Yeah, but I don't think it's anybody outside of the Jewish community that has any representative that stands up for them.
Well, there's a ton of Jewish stand-up comics.
No, but I'm saying, when I say that come to the defense of their people, I don't see anybody I don't see it in like an Indian Defense League. I don't see, you
What
get
do you
what I'm
mean?
saying?
No, I don't
But
get it.
okay, when you say you don't see nobody make jokes about the Jewish race, right?
Okay.
It's mainly because of the fact that they will come after you.
Right.
Right? We agree on that, right?
Right.
And I'm saying, well, I don't see any other race who has a group of people that will come after you like that.
Black people going against Andrew Schultz now, especially with this Kendrick Lamar shit. That's what I'm saying. Because like, if Kendrick Lamar is now addressing, like, it's law not to talk about black women.
Right.
Right? You're now having this now, and now you're saying all these buck-breaking jokes about Kendrick Lamar
That he
and
went
stuff
too
like
far.
that.
He went too far.
But then again, like I said, like, it's kind of like Kendrick Lamar people's bringing it back to the whole Jay-Z and Cameron thing and stuff, whatever. It's like, it's not Kendrick Lamar people's actually going to it, but it's people looking like, nah, dog, this is law.
Yeah.
So now we're going to fuck you up on site, but he's looking like, it's just a joke. And they're like, nah, white boy, not in our culture. You're going to have to pay with blood, not by like, let's say monetary value or something. Let's say if you might get sued by the ADL.
Yeah.
Black people might be out there for taking it for blood.
And you know what the funny thing is? It's because I can see white people looking at it differently and be like, well, why are y'all so offended? And can't understand why we would be offended from it. Because again,
But we've been making fun of white people for the longest.
Well,
white people like going and like
right. And white people will go to our shows because they like to get themselves made fun of.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. When they'll look at it way different. Well, why are you guys getting so up in the knot and offended for?
You guys fuck with us.
Yeah. You guys fuck with us all the time. It's like, no, well, there's trauma behind what we went through.
So that's what I'm saying. Is it
it's
okay?
different.
And that goes with a rude question, whatever. Are we okay with making racial jokes about another race? I think we need to draw a line now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And so now you put it in a context where, okay, man, if you're saying that they can't make fun of us, then we gotta now think twice of how we make fun of them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Kendrick said, no comedians should make jokes about black women, which is what you would think
East
would
Indian,
make sense.
Pacific Asian, all that type of stuff.
No, he targeted a specific group and said, you're not allowed. So everybody else can make fun of black women?
Yes, because of the strife and hardships that they brought onto black women in the time of racial times and slavery and segregation. I have a dream. Like I said, I like shock value comedians. I was always a fan of like besides Schultz and stuff, whatever I want to say, George Carlton and stuff, whatever.
I'm a fan of his.
Yeah. I like my comedians and stuff that are just speak about real shit.
Yeah.
And it's just relatable.
Yeah.
Regardless. And
Howard Stern, not so much. I was never really a Howard Stern guy.
Howard Stern, I never really took him as a comedian. I took Howard Stern as a podcaster before podcasters.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like he would just say shit off the cusp in like a regular conversation. Like, like sometimes when I see so many people like clapping at podcasters, like,
right,
none of y'all niggas should, all y'all don't deserve mics and all this type of stuff, whatever. I see some of that.
Yeah.
And I can get it and stuff like that, whatever, right? Like, where are you trying to go with this? Are you just making noise just to make noise to see if you can make change?
Yeah.
Like, where are you going with it and stuff? Whatever. Like, here's like hilariously inappropriate, but intellectual beyond belief.
Right.
So it's kind of like we find a humor in some stuff, whatever, that might be pop culture or life-wise related in human behavior.
Right.
And then we bring back to like hone in some shit. Like, we have a direction.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it as Howard was kind of like, yeah, I don't know where this is going. Show me your tits.
Yeah.
What? Like, and as a
But
young lad watching it,
but that got him the moniker of shock jock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I look at it as where those landscapes and stuff for the comedians, yes, I do believe certain things stuff can be done tasteful and stuff for there, but I look at it as if it's not you, don't lean fully into it.
Right.
Whatever, right? Like I'm not gonna something or a group I'm not really for. I'm not gonna really kind of I'm gonna say nowhere near my crosshairs.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, let's say for example, if I didn't mess with black people,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even try to bring it as a discussion for say something about black people coming up, and especially if I'm not of that nationality or that descent, whatever, right? But I look at it stuff as like this way over here is a disparity and stuff, whatever, right? Even you could be like the most racist of racist people because I feel like there's like redneck comedy circuits.
Yeah.
And where you hear the word redneck, you'll think, oh shit, there might be some racial shit pertaining to black people. You're not gonna go.
Yeah.
But I've heard some shit where like, let's say Jeff Foxworthy and stuff like that, whatever. And black people are nowhere near the crosshairs.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like some straight hick redneck shit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at them like, yeah, let that run.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay with that, whatever. Well, now you want to put them in your crosshairs now, whatever, and want to shoot close to it and everything. You're like, what are you doing here? What's going on? And I think, like I said, with the shits and gigs and stuff, whatever, Schultz now, being so close in proximity with Charlemagne, who's part of the black culture and stuff, whatever, like so deep.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
They're looking at him as he should have known better.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I look at it as like, all right, fuck, I even RIP, I'm so sorry, RIP to Nikki Giovanni. RIP. Like I forgot that she passed and stuff, whatever, earlier within this week. And I looked at it stuff as where even when Nikki Giovanni and stuff, she wanted to speak, she just made a phone call to the Breakfast Club and just went on.
Right.
And I'm looking like, yo, that's culture.
Yeah.
That's part of their culture and stuff. And then I'm looking like us as the black people and stuff, we know that Breakfast Club is part of our culture.
Right.
We know that DJ Envy got into his thing with like the house and stuff. Got everything. Because again, they're part of this unit as part of the culture.
Right.
We know about Jess Hilarious now more than we did know before.
Yeah.
She's part of this culture.
Right.
That Breakfast Club energy has that kind of thing.
Right.
Charlemagne, now even when he steps away, he's still attached to that string that's bringing him back to the culture. And Andrew Schultz now, he has some people, multiracial people within his team.
Yeah.
But they just, again, because of the Charlemagne affiliation, be like, boss, you should know better.
Right.
You should at least be privy. Charlemagne should at least bring your ass in or hit you with a text message like, you're gone too far.
Right.
But I guess they're just looking like, again, like I said, once you're laughing at a comedian, you're egging on a comedian and stuff like that. But not everybody finds shit funny. And humor is very subjective.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it right there. Humor is very subjective, and at the end of the day, a comedian is gonna be a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna let it fly, especially if he feels like he's not gonna stop because he feels like he's offended you. No. And I think it's just it's fueling back and forth because I don't think. Yeah, the Shits and Giggles has a black following, right? But I don't think Flagrant may have as a huge black following as The Breakfast Club.
Agreed.
And then,
but remember,
right?
Charlemagne and him have Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Yes, and I was gonna say even the Brilliant Idiots. To a certain degree, but again, still not as much as The Breakfast Club.
Fair.
Right?
But again, it's kind of like if you come from your world, I come from my world. We're merging worlds and stuff for there. So it's kind of like not everybody from yours will fuck with me.
Right.
But because they fuck with you and what you do, we're in it kind of together. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I think my question is would he be catching so much heat if Kendrick didn't mention him? Or Kendrick didn't mention that because again, a lot, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No. A lot of people are now jumping on this is because Kendrick has mentioned it, and again, you know, it may not if you're and you see a lot of people, a lot of the black community, defending Andrew Schultz because they're genuinely a fan and they know. Again,
me.
They know like this is what he's about. He's a shock comedian.
Yeah.
So it's not foreign to them, but to everybody else who's now catching the wind of it.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, why is he speaking on? Yeah,
and then when they get a chance to pull up the tapes and stuff from like I want to say the shit he said on the podcast to stand up comedy things and stuff to his specials and everything, they kind of realize like, oh, he been about this life.
Right.
He been about this life and stuff, whatever, right? But then again, if somebody like is, I can't tell you how to feel.
No.
So if I'm here and stuff, whatever, and I'm there just poking you in your head and stuff, whatever, and you're like, all right, enough, and everything like that. But I'm looking like, why? I just got 2 more pokes to do and everything now. And you want to like react to this level and stuff, whatever. You have all right to react like that.
Yeah,
that means I really went too far.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, some people are looking like, yo, tell us how you really feel, Andrew, because you work with Charlamagne and you guys have your own thing and stuff, and now you're just disrespecting black women like that, when Charlamagne praises black women. Tell us how you really feel. But looking like, yeah, just ease up on the poking.
He's back up a little bit.
Yeah, just be like, it's like, you can get it, but you're like, whoa. I didn't mean it like that. Like, yo, calm down. Like, all right, I'll back up from the poking.
Yeah.
He's still doubling down. And he keeps going.
Do you think this will make black people identify more with the Dave going after the trans community?
No. Because I think there's a high population still of like black gay and lesbian people.
Right.
That still won't probably side with how Dave moved and stuff, whatever, or said things stuff towards them and stuff like that. Like I think in one of his specials he said he had a confrontation with one in the restaurant or something like that. Whatever. I'm trying to remember. I feel like Chappelle said it.
Yeah.
And because they were confronting him about his other previous trans jokes and stuff like that, whatever. It was a black person.
Right. Okay.
That confronted him and stuff, whatever. Right. So I don't feel like that. If Schultz was identifying as somebody from like, the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. But I look at it stuff as like, I don't think black people, they're looking at stuff as like, no. I think they're thinking stuff is like, why are you fucking with our women?
Right.
Right? I mean, but again, like I'm his fan and stuff. He's like, I'm just jokes. But then the community will look back and be like, yeah, but why you don't crack jokes about another community? Why look at our community and stuff, whatever? Like, why not talk about the Asian community? Why talk about the Latin community? You're white.
Right.
You're not Latin. You're not Asian.
Right.
Why not go after their women or something like that, whatever, right? And I'm looking like, he goes after everybody.
Because you know.
Because I know.
Because you know.
Like, I didn't even want to say one of his racial jokes and stuff, whatever, but I'm looking like he had one with like some Latin folks and like Mexicans and like, and went back kind of thing. And I looked at something, I was like, hey, yo, but I'm looking like, I died laughing.
Well, you went to see him when he was here in Toronto.
Twice.
Right? Because I think the clip that I seen where he was talking about the Indian folk.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a show in Toronto, the clip that I seen.
Yeah.
But and this is what I'm saying though. And it's like, but all type of races are in there.
Everybody can get it.
Yeah, and they know.
Yeah, they know and stuff like that. But these are the fans.
Yeah.
Right. But let's say the fans are like this much because let's say he's not. I want to say who would be top tier comedian to like even white fame? Steve Harvey. He's not Steve Harvey comedian
level, right? Okay,
level, right? If he was set up on that level and stuff, whatever, they might even tell him to tone it down because I would assume that they probably did some talking to somebody like Steve Harvey, like, yo, you want to sit up here?
Yeah,
some shit got to be refined.
Yeah,
right. Like I feel like if you get a Steve Harvey stand up and stuff, whatever, today, it will not be the same as Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
Because he had a different level and stuff, whatever. Schultz is not there.
Everybody can get it. They were nowhere close to Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
Nowhere close to that.
Right. So like, yeah, everybody's dancing game has to get cleaned up and stuff to some extent.
Before we move on from it, do you think comedians who live within that realm should come to his defense, knowing that they're liable of making fun of other races.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's and I think that's what kind of bothered me with the comedian community, that nobody has said, well, listen, man.
That's the part that, because I think what fucked me up the most and stuff is that, like, when are we not, like, all right, humor is subjective.
Yeah, yeah. And it's always going to be subjective.
It's always going to be subjective and stuff, whatever. When are we not allowing the comics to be comics? To let them say the nonsense to just make us smile.
Yeah.
To put the jokes and stuff, like, for us to smile. Because if you're not a comic, you say some of these things and stuff, whatever, you're a racist, you're this, you're that. Whatever.
Right.
We know you as a stand-up comic. Say some shit to make us laugh.
Yeah.
And we kind of call it a day. Like, you don't sit and watch a Chappelle show and not expect to laugh.
Right.
Right? So I look at the stuff as like, the laughter has to go down. When you're not allowing them to do that and stuff, whatever, I'm looking like, so what do you want to call them then? You don't want to call them comedians?
Yeah.
What do you, like that's their job.
That's their job.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Let them do what they do and stuff,
Yeah.
And I like that old joke of, like, I don't come to your job and knock the broom out of your hand. It's like one of those type of things.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, let them work.
Yeah.
And that's it. Let's get to the question of the week.
Okay.
All right. So question of the week says, what is a book, movie, or a song that that inspired you this year? This year. We wrapping up, man. We getting close.
There's this new rapper that I found. His name is Saint Basil. Let me try and get the song for you. But
meanwhile, tell me why it inspire you.
Just because, he's not being he's talking about real things. And again, we would, a couple weeks ago when we talked about the, like, rap has to get to that adult contemporary type deal.
Say it louder. I tell you, I like when you guys say, because I'm not I don't feel like a madman.
No, you're not.
A contemporary hip hop, like,
not.
radio station or channel or Sirius something and stuff, or even playlist.
Yeah.
Because we're older now. We're not in these streets. We're not doing all of this and stuff, whatever. We need growth and elevation within the music or the content we take in now.
Right. And the way he's doing it, it's not preachy, but you get the message. It's the song's called "You Saved Me."
Okay.
Yeah. And I heard it and I was like, yo, and it's from the album Saints and Sinners.
He's a church rapper?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that I heard the first song that I heard from him, it didn't give me that sense that he's a church rapper, right? And even this song, it's like he's not preaching to you, but he's letting you know, like, yo, I may have did some wrongs, but yo, you helped me along the way. You prevented me from doing certain things and so forth. Like, so it came off more motivational than than preachy. Let me put it that way, right? So I was like, yo, I mess with it, but I see a lot of my Christian folk following him, so maybe he might be a Christian rapper.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like I said, man, I'm at that age now where certain things I hear on the radio is like, I can't identify with it. You know what I mean? I'm a father of 2, married man. Like, I'm not out here watching booty cheeks clap in the club and you wanting to take one home. Like, that's not me. You know what I mean? So, and I gotta be selective to what I listen to because I'm on that time now.
You said booty cheeks, a lot of emphasis. Booty cheeks. That's why what caught me off. For me, it was let me say this. I think the movie where it's a Tyler Perry flick, the one with Megan Good. Megan Good made a statement and stuff. It's recent. I forget the name of this movie and stuff. Whatever. I feel like I need to look it up since you looked up the song.
Right.
But it's kind of like she married into like a fucked up family. Corey Hardwick and stuff was the husband and everything like that. And then shit was kind of wild. And I looked at it and stuff as like, yo, her parents created a window for like, yo, you're always welcome to come home when shit gets bad, and you've played your position as a good wife.
Yeah.
And like from what you've seen of enough of it, whatever, she played the role because like the family he came from was like, hey, yo, like not to give away the premise of the movie and stuff, whatever. That's why now I don't really want to say the name of the movie, but it's like basically it's stuff for that. They're like, we don't need charity from you fuckers.
Wow.
Like, and then the people's buried the lady's son. And she's like, you know what? Take your brother out the coffin and stuff, whatever now, and take him out. And they had to take a dead body out.
Wow.
Exactly. So I'm looking like, hey, yo, my daughter's to be married to a family like this?
That's wild.
I was like, nah, like, it was so inspirational stuff. Like, not the whole, like, she found love again. I'm like, Megan goes hot. She's going to find love again.
She's going to find it again.
Anyway, shout out to, what's her name? Nate? Yo. Yo. But I look at it stuff as where it's a situation where like you have to look at it stuff like, yo, times would get darker. Maybe I took it like this way or I felt inspired by it, whatever. Times would get darker. You need to look at your family and stuff, whatever. You need to make sure and stuff that like everybody's solidified, everybody's good. And like, yeah, like your friends and your peoples and stuff have to have your back with this and stuff because it's kind of like where he was. I look at him like, yo, I've seen so many other movies throughout this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never once looked at a movie and stuff so far and stuff, whatever, and they're like, shit, this actually not really touched my home, but this is a commonality story.
Right.
That like somebody is bitter because they're not together and shit goes south, and you have to look at their upbringing too before you marry into these peoples or attach yourself to these people.
Yeah.
Because I look at this, I was like, why the fuck would you attach yourself? Yeah, this guy might be good, but this is the tree he came from.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I got to look at it stuff as like, yo, you can't attach yourself to everybody. You got to look at the fucking family tree they come from.
Yeah, yeah.
Some might be golden delicious apples. Some might be crab apples. Rat bastards. So, yeah. All right. Let's get to Ask the Sons.
Okay.
First Ask the Sons comes from Moonlit Kiss. What are signs you're getting older? Your bones hurt when it's cold. Yo, boss. Boss. Remember I told you about my finger?
Right.
Oh my gosh. I'm driving on the steering wheel and like the steering wheel's kind of cold and everything like that. I scraped off the car.
Yeah.
And then like I just touching the steering wheel and everything. I didn't reach for my gloves and my coat. And then when I went to go move my hands, like, because like everything started getting warmer in the car, I'm like, I'm like, no! Never in my once 38 years ago,
right?
I felt a crack.
Right, yeah.
Now I'm looking like, is this chronic? Is this forever?
Is that what we call a bone chill? Or is that?
Yeah, that's a bone chill.
That's a bone chill.
It's fucking bone chill,
that's
for real.
Chill. I bought a back massager the other.
Smooth's girlfriend is about to get gangbanged by both folks, okay?
I bought a neck and back massager.
That shit is the truth. I went to Walmart the other day.
Yeah.
And I walked past, I was on the mission to grab something else.
Right.
You know what it was? I went to, because remember, I removed the tooth, right?
Okay, yes.
So, folks, I'm missing my fang. No longer with us in spirit.
It's in spirit.
I'm not keeping teeth that I'm removing.
I was telling him, you know, drill a hole and wear it around.
Serial killer dog. Like, I don't understand. Why the fuck would I want to do that? But even like when I went to Walmart and said like I'm gonna get like an insurer and some other shit like that with us. So I don't have to, eat too much on that side to be healed. And I walked past, I'm like, oh, this is the massager. So I looked at the box. I span around the box. I didn't see the box because I know you had it.
Right.
I looked at it. I was like, shit. I'm looking like, okay, how often would I use this? Because I'm looking like, I might have like one moment where I might have a edible.
Yeah.
And then just let everything take me over. And just lay down a bit. And just feel all type of way. And people might question what the fuck is,
what's happening.
Be like, oh, this is what you're doing? The Tesla bots aren't here yet, but you already went to the machines?
We already went to the machines.
You are correct.
Yeah.
I understand it. I'm not mad at it because I look at it stuff as where you don't feel certain type of things when you're younger.
No.
I think when you start to feel, like Moonlit Kiss?
Yeah.
When you start to feel body parts that might need some TLC, that's when you know you're getting older.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're getting older. I did a whole Nike 10K and everything and stuff like that. And my feet was kosher and stuff like that. And I think many, many years later, I went to a friend's house. He had a kid a little earlier than the rest of us.
Right.
I stepped on the Lego. It was like the pain of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that was one little step compared to like how many steps I took me to do 10 kilometers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I look at it, so I didn't feel shit in my 20s. In my 30s, that's my pain sound. Next question comes from Jones713. What do you usually do in your free time? What do you do in your free time?
I got back into drawing. That's.
So how often do you draw now? Like how much? Like I'm saying, how much free time do you?
I don't have that much free time.
Okay.
But I do a lot at work.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I remember you telling me one time that you
hell yeah, can't stop, won't
do this.
stop.
I was like, yo, I started doing it when I'm sitting on the lunchroom table and I got a pen on my hand while I eat. I just
can't stop, won't stop. Because I look at it, I take a lot of notes.
Okay.
From what I do. And because I take a lot of notes and stuff like that, whatever, it's kind of like quick little notes and little things, stuff, whatever. I don't want to lock into anything that's just work related into my personal phone.
Right.
I want to keep those two worlds separate.
Right.
I do have a work phone and stuff like that, whatever, but I don't really take notes in it. So I just would doodle some shit or write some shit. And then I just get to just freestyling some shit out, whatever, right? Or, looking like, oh, maybe this corner of the paper might need a little shading. It might need a few stars. Next thing I got a whole galaxy going on the top of the paper. Be like, shit, I'm here. All right. Okay. I think for me, it's just more like to just kind of just connect to people, connect to spiritual, connect to like the physical, my physical health, like just kind of just to get in line. I like to just stay in line and stuff like that, whatever. So,
do you wait for free time to do that, or do you make time in your schedule to
no,
do
I so remember those time management things we used to get when you were in school,
right?
In grade school and stuff like that, whatever. I've always kept that like mentally in my head.
Okay.
So I tried looking at stuff like if I can maximize like these things, I could probably do that because I want to say like, well, my lunch break is for me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for lunch.
Right.
So I look at it as like whatever I do within the parameters, I'm not violating like my facility or my, my environment that I work in and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
So I would take that time and do podcast research.
Okay.
So I would podcast research and stuff at work. And then it'll limit me from doing podcast research and stuff, whatever, like at a later time.
Right.
Or cut down for some of that time.
Right,
so now I can
right.
maximize to say like, hey, this is it. Like I look at it stuff as where I try to take at least one day a month to do adult shit.
Okay.
Because I realized stuff before when I did it, the Saturday when I wouldn't have my son, I would do the adult shit then.
Right.
And then I go back to podcasting and everything and stuff on the Sunday.
Right.
So it's kind of like I have no free time.
Yeah.
So now I created this day and stuff in the month to say, all right, like this one I did my tires, looked at my insurance, I looked at like other things and stuff like to get my money game kind of lined up and stuff because the new year is coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, all right, cool. So now when it came to the Saturday now, I can lay down, let my nuts hang.
Right. Right.
So I created that free time stuff. Be like, yo, you know what? I don't get that much amount of sleep and stuff regular, but I'm like, I'm going to create this time to say like, I have less to do and I can maximize and capitalize. So if I do take a nap and then whatever the hell, that's what it was. I took a nap, but now there's no more afternoons any damn way. So it's like, if I put my head down in the evening, look at my watch, like it's only 5:15. I know I'm going to wake up in darkness.
Yeah.
So I woke up at 9:00 last night looking like, fuck it, I'm already here.
You already here.
Yo, I'm already here. I'm gonna be up.
Yeah.
So yeah, and for myself, I'm more productive at night than I am during the day.
Yeah.
So again, I utilize my free time well to kind of get the most out of it instead of like a 15 or 20 minutes or even a 30 minutes. I maximize as much to be like, you know what? You can get 3 hours of free time. Be like, yay. But it takes organization from that.
It does.
Right?
It does.
So yeah. Last question comes from DemoXDummy. DemoXDummy. In your opinion, what movie doesn't get enough love and why?
You go first.
Two movies come to mind. First movie, Lucky Number 11. Lucky Number 11 was a badass movie.
That was a good movie.
And I think because of the title,
yeah,
it kind of got so overlooked. Because
it did.
When it had the Kansas City Shuffle, and it's a real thing. Kansas City Shuffle, when everybody goes right, everybody looks left, you go right. Yeah. Like the distractions with the world and everything
that was a really good movie.
It was a really slept on movie, like from the revenge plot and all that. Whatever. I was like, yo, the movie was a badass flick.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And much as it was star-studded. From Bruce Willis to Josh Hartnett, I think Lucy Liu. Yeah, it was star-studded.
Yeah.
Right? Lucky Number 11 was one of those movies for me I feel like doesn't get shine. Fuck. I thought about this movie, American History X, Edward Norton.
Okay. With
that whole racist thing, how he, before he went to prison and everything, and why he was in prison before, I like how the movie was done. It was like before he was not racist, everything was black and white to him.
Right.
If you caught that in the movie and stuff, whatever, like for like even the flashbacks and all the other racial shit, it was black and white.
Yeah.
And when he stopped being racist, everything had color. And I was like, oh, this movie is serious and stuff, whatever, right? But I think a lot of people, they put me onto it. He's like, when he stomped out the guy, put your mouth on the curb. And they did that shit. I was like, yeesh, the movie was thing. But I'm like, there was so many other parts and stuff in that movie from like, yeah, the man got his back blown out. A whole bunch of things. But yeah, those two movies, I feel like it.
That's the name is slipping me. And it was a critically acclaimed movie, but the amount of people who I ask if they've seen it, they haven't seen it. And that's, you know what I'm talking about. With it. You'll probably remember the name of the movie because it was subtitles and is about the black photographer when he was a kid. And there was a whole bunch of kids and
City of God.
City of God.
Hey, I can win Pictionary.
City of God. Yeah, you definitely. You're on my Pictionary team for sure. I give you the clue, you knock it out.
All right, damn. No, yeah. I was like, photographer. I was like, what the fuck kind of? And I was about to cuss you out too. And he like, and subtitles. I was like, City of God. Like, oh, Rocket. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's so funny to me how so many people just did not give it a chance because of subtitles.
Yeah. Based on a true story, it was so real. It said a lot about the time and stuff.
Yeah,
the favelas, like, yeah, that was a good movie. It was a good ass movie, man. Yeah. I really liked that movie.
It's one of my favorite movies.
I saw I saw the DVD.
Yeah,
somebody stole it from me and stuff, whatever. But I bought the DVD and stuff, and the DVD had like a documentary about how the favelas are or were at that time when filming,
right,
and stuff. And like the wildest thing is like they interviewed a police chief or like I guess like the captain of the precinct.
Okay,
and he's like, somebody's interviewing him like, they said that you guys are corrupt police officers and everything like that. And the man said, of course, we have to be corrupt to fight corruption. And I was looking like, that is some scary shit, but yet the man said it with his chest and 10 toes down.
Yeah.
That like, you need to take in. And like when you even bring it back to the movie and stuff like that, whatever, you see not too much of the corruption, but you still see the corruption.
You still see it, yeah.
Right? And I'm looking like, fuck, this is a good ass movie. City of God was just a good ass movie and stuff too.
Movie. It's a good ass movie.
Yeah. Right. We are here.
We are here.
We are here at the end. All right. All right, folks. This is my smooth operator voice. I'm going to take it in, take you guys home with So Say the Sons for this week. And then So Say the Sons this week, you know.
Sons Radio 45.5.
Right. We give you that chill and that feel that you just can't seal. All right. So Say the Sons this week says, problems don't get solved when you hide from them. They get solved when you face them. So Say the Sons. I feel like what I've seen throughout the course of the year, and I kind of just been doing my own year-end wrap-up ever since these damn music platforms been doing their shit, whatever,
Right.
is that a lot of people, like, it feels like an Everest commercial and stuff, whatever. Like, you sitting on your guys, doing it down, you didn't do it yesterday, do it today. And I feel like because they haven't dealt with it, these things come rolling back and stuff in tenfolds and stuff, whatever, and compound interest and all the above. So I look at it stuff as like, yo, try to deal with the problem as soon as possible when applicable.
Right.
To kind of get it out the way and stuff, whatever. Because I feel like a lot of times mentally we make shit out to be bigger than what it actually is because we don't deal with it. And when you deal with it, you look like, oh, wasn't that much of a problem?
Yeah.
We thought it would have blew up like this, but it actually turned out to be like this. Our company was threatened by it, but then we're looking like, oh shit. And a lot of times, sometimes you identify some of the problems and you face it, you actually realize you've been doing every other thing and stuff around it to kind of mildly but surely deal with it and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And your problems is that much smaller compared to how it was before.
Yeah.
So say the Suns, man.
So says the Suns. I mean, with December, I think with this month we got the forever, what we thought would have been one of the forever couples, Remy and Papoose. A little bit more dirt on that situation. I mean, there was, from previous with Remy's infidelity, and now, she's claiming with the Papoose infidelity. I say that to say this. Couple more weeks to go before the year is up.
Mm.
You think this is it, or we can still hold on to our seats because there might be something more before the year is done?
I don't doubt it. And I think that's the thing, stuff, whatever. We were talking about like shock value earlier.
Yeah. Right.
I do not believe that shock value really scares us anymore. It's just that if we never heard it from that side. So if you're used to a lot of noise, like we know to say, let's say Charlemagne would be like a noisemaker for the community or something, like Howard Stern would be a noisemaker for over here.
Right.
We'll say like this person is like, when we don't know, like say like the communities that don't know Andrew Schultz.
Right.
Is not hearing noise from over here. Now it becomes shock value.
Got it.
Right. And I feel like a lot of times and stuff, like going back to the whole Associate the Sons thing, is that we're choosing, a lot of us, I realize we're choosing our own bubbles. And that's okay to an extent, but there's still always a bigger world outside your bubble.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you realize outside your bubble, this might seem as a problem and stuff there, but again, identify, understand it and stuff, whatever. Don't assume you can fix it with the same type of traditional shit. It might not take that.
Might not.
Right? Like I love a fucking Vicks, but Vicks doesn't solve all your problems. Right? And the thing and stuff is that they're not looking, no one's taking the time to identify problems and stuff. So problems will always tend to arise. Like I look at it stuff as where it wouldn't shock me if like somebody major passes, because we've come accustomed to stuff that like right before the new year comes in, somebody like a known celebrity dies.
Yeah.
We're used to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like last year was Betty White and Barbara Walters or something like that. But even like those people, like they die like in the December time and stuff. I think George Michael died on a Christmas or something like that. So I look at stuff as like, don't be surprised if like somebody prominent or known and stuff, whatever, is to even pass. And then this, does it create the shock value? It'd be like, no, like for me, I'm talking like I'm expecting somebody.
Like
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, it's not. You're not shocked at all.
I'm not shocked, but I still feel like there's still room and time for a lot of shit to kind of pop up.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was saying in my mind. It's like, I don't think the year is ready to wrap up yet without something else happening.
No. But I do think that I do think for the year to wrap up, personally, my opinion.
Yeah.
And people can come for me or hold for me and stuff, whatever. But I look at it stuff as that, I'll say it to the camera. It's up to you to dictate what have you learned, what have you done with your year of 2024. Straight like that.
Yeah.
Did you let the same bullshit you were dealing with in 2023 roll over to 2024? Or did you learn something new about yourself and explore a new skill, a new hobby and stuff. Like, what did you do with your year? We all had the same year.
Right.
So what I do with mine, I do with mine and stuff, whatever. If I build on this to make myself better, smarter, wiser, and all of the above, you could have done that too, whatever. But it's up to what did you do with your year?
It's the choice.
So it's all about choice. So I would hope that everybody will look at something and be like, damn, that happened outside there. What do I do internally to make sure I'm right to deal with the world outside there?
Right, because there's some external factors you're never, ever going to be able to control.
Correct.
But you're going to be able to control what you do with yourself personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course.
So, yeah. So once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons.
Thank
we
you.
always appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms. And comment, and don't be surprised. And thank you again for the Ask the Sons questions. They were good questions this week.
Good questions.
Once again. And thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. And my shirt does not.
Peace and love.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.